Chapter 14, Elopement. A shock of wave ripples through the entire wedding party as your dad storms up to the end of the aisle, starts tearing down the dangling streamers, and putting an end to this ridiculousness. Whoa, Professor Bartlett, we spent hours putting that up! You wanted to stop your dad, but your whole body feels frozen in place. You're surprised Riley carefully approaches your dad. Sir, this isn't what you think it is. It isn't a real wedding. It's a Greek tradition of symbolic union, dating back to... I don't care what you call it. With guys like you, even a fake wedding comes with expectations. Dad, stop. You're humiliating me. Fury takes hold of you, replacing every other emotion. Did you come here just to embarrass me? To make me a laughingstock in front of my friends? I'm just trying to look out for you, Daniel. It's my job. Your job is to support me, not to try and run my life. If you actually talked to me, you'd know all I'm doing is trying to save Lambda's charter, an effort you just destroyed. Your dad reaches for you, but it's all suddenly too much. You turn on your heel and run as fast as your legs will take you. You make it to a secluded patch of woods, sit on a boulder, taking long, deep breaths to cool your temper. Why can't my dad just trust me to make my own decisions? To know what's best for me, and for the Lambdas? You whirl around at the crunching of footsteps in the distance, afraid your dad followed you out here, but you'll find Riley approaching. Mind if I sit? I figured you could use a friend right about now. He joins you on the boulder and gives your hand a surprisingly comforting squeeze. Your throat feels tight at how reassuring that small touch is. Want to talk about it? I'm just so afraid. I'll be stuck in my dad's shadow forever. No matter what I do, or how hard I work, he never thinks I'm good enough to stand on my own 2 feet. Remember this look of disappointed fury, and imagine what your mother would say if she was around to see you failing her beloved sorority. And the worst part is, I think he might be right. Don't you dare say that, Danielle. You haven't failed anything or anyone. Riley's unswerving support means a lot to you, and more than you expect. You drop your head to your shoulders, or his shoulder, and let it rest there, drawing comfort from his warm, solid presence. Danielle, you have to know. Danielle, where are you? You barely have time to register your dad's voice before Riley is pulling you to your feet. His warm hand clasps yours so tightly that you can feel the beat of his heart through his palm. Don't worry, I'm not letting him upset you anymore today. It's time for a break from all this drama. What do you say we turn this wedding into an elopement instead? Your heart gives an odd thump as Riley casts a questioning look at you. For the first time, he doesn't look like his usual smug, self-assured self. He looks vulnerable, real. Unable to trust your voice, you nod. Riley breaks out into a huge grin, and the two of you break out into a run. Before you know it, you're sitting in Riley's car as the two of you drive up the highway. The scenery changes from your college town to gorgeous woods and sparkling winter vistas. I appreciate you getting me out of there, but could you at least tell me where we're going? Whenever I need to clear my head, I go to a familiar comforts of home. Your house is out of the question for obvious reasons. I figured I'd bring you to mine instead. Riley, that's actually really sweet. You feel oddly touched by this personal gesture, so unlike the Riley you thought you knew. I didn't take you as for the sentimental type. I'm a real softie once you get to know me. Nothing but mush and hot air. You're sure they won't mind? I don't want to intrude. Riley shrugs in his usual laid-back way as he takes a turn off the highway. To be honest, I've actually got another cheer-up mission on my docket. Might as well get 2 for the price of 1. Another cheer-up mission? What do you mean? Since I'm making you be my backup, you'll find out soon enough. We're almost there. You step into Riley's childhood home feeling like an intruder. Everything so calm, ordinary, and not at all like how you expected. Riley, you came! A teenage girl barrels into the foyer, and as she wraps her arms tightly around Riley, you notice her tear-streaked eyes. Why do these things always happen to me? Am I an unloved freak or something? Of course not, Kelly. I never thought that girl deserved someone as wonderful as my sister in the first place. Riley's gaze meets yours over the top of Kaylee's head with an apologetic quirk of his brow. But why did she have to go and dump me on Valentine's Day? It's a special kind of cruelty. Wait, it's Valentine's Day? How could I forget? Despite the heavy emotion in the room, you can't help but feel a thrill. Spending the holiday with Riley in his family home suddenly feels a lot more important than the mess back at Alpha House. It sounds like, the girl did you a favor. What do you mean? It's always better when a jerk shows their true hand before you get too attached. Riley mouths a quick thank you before turning his sister to face you. Callie, meet Danielle, a friend of mine from college. Danielle, this is my sister Callie. As you can tell, she sent up the bat signal a few hours ago. So sorry you have to see me like this. I'm not normally such a sad sack. Riley slings an arm around his sister and gives her a light squeeze. Don't worry, Cal. I know just the thing to cheer you up. Callie's face lights up with so much joy that it causes an answering call inside your own heart. Riley's genuine concern for his sister does strange things to her equilibrium. Now get yourself together and meet me out front. I'm taking you, both of you, out for a Valentine's Day you'll never forget. Riley takes both of you to a local diner, oozing with small-town charm. As you slide in the booth, you find yourself pressed up against Riley, though it's the most natural thing in the world. Okay, so, the way I see it, we have 3 choices for dealing with your ex. Uh-oh. Is this gonna be like that time you put open cans of tuna in all the lockers of the kids who picked on me in middle school? Yeah. My culpability was never fully proven, but let's just say I always keep a can opener handy just in case. Callie giggles and wipes away the last of her tears. Just after half an hour in her brother's company, she's already looking like a new person. We can't tuna bomb Michaela. She'd probably think her soccer coach just left it there for extra protein. Okay, tuna's out. What we need is something smart, something devious, something... He trails off and casts a mischievous look in your direction, the warm press of his thigh against yours impossible to ignore. What we need is Danielle. Tell us, oh evil one, how would you get vengeance for a Valentine's Day breakup? I would send myself a huge bouquet of roses in the middle of class, immediately find someone hotter, take the high road and enjoy being single. There's no easy answer here because most of us would be really distraught on Valentine's Day and be like, what the actual hell? But for fictional purposes, the roses I feel like has been done, right? Like most people can see through it. Take the high road. Show the girl that you don't need anyone to make you feel whole. You're more than enough on your own. You're young, gorgeous, obviously have a killer support system. Believe me when I say that you're gonna be a huge in college. Riley gives your legs a squeeze under the table. Danielle's right. She can sense collegiate potential from a mile away. I guess I could do that, if you really think it'll work. Don't worry, Danielle knows everything. And when I don't, Riley's right there to point out my flaws. It's his favorite thing to do. As though unable to prevent it, Riley's gaze slips down to your mouth. Oh, I'd say it's my second favorite. You try to look away, but you feel trapped with that gaze, your whole body frozen as you're hit with the realization, now that you've seen Riley's true self, you might actually like him. A lot. Riley, thank you for making me feel better. Meaning your awesome girlfriend has helped me too. Actually, Danielle isn't my girlfriend. She's my fiancée. Okay, there's a lot more to the story. Spill. We were supposed to unite our frats today. But my dad swooped in and ruined everything. He destroyed what we were trying to build together with the fake wedding, and he did it in the most embarrassing way possible. Oh, don't feel bad, Danielle. If there's one thing Riley and I know, it's what having overbearing parents is like. I just wish there was a way to finish what we started. Callie leaps up from the table with a playful gleam in her eyes that looks exactly like Riley at his most mischievous moments. What you need is to finish your fake marriage, and I know just the place and person to make sure your vows stick this time. The three of you gather in a beautiful snow-covered park. Despite the chill in the air, you feel warm all over, especially when Riley takes your hand in his and lets his fingers twine easily with your own. I hope you don't mind the do-over. Callie has always been a bit of a romantic. This is the guy who secretly buys tickets to every rom-com that comes out and pretends he's going to an action flick instead. Don't give up all my secrets. I'm trying to impress my wife-to-be over here. As the siblings playfully bicker, you pass a flower vendor posted at one of the ends of the park. In the middle of winter? Bright, colorful Valentine's bouquets spill out from her cart in every direction. Wow, they're so beautiful. You're one to talk. The vendor takes one look at the way Riley holds onto your hand and smiles. She dips into her cart, pulls out the most beautiful display of roses you've ever seen. Rose bouquet. It even compliments my dress. You know I used to sell these. Ah, good times. Up there on the house. A cute couple like you two deserves to celebrate in style. Ma'am, we're not really a couple. Why not? You slunk closer to Riley, secretly thrilled at the word boyfriend leaves your lips. You made our Valentine's Day perfect. Thank you. Oh, true love deserves perfection. You flush at the way she says true love, careful not to look at Riley for fear you'll give yourself away. Thank you, ma'am. We'll cherish them and each other. Told you Riley is a romantic. Riley had nothing to do with what just happened. Anyway, you find a spot underneath a copse of snowy trees and take your positions, with Callie serving as an officiant this time. Even though you've already done this once, things feel different this time around. Nervous, Danielle? Do we need Trevor to take the edge off? Tempting, but I think we can skip Trevor's participation for this wedding. Marrying you is starting to feel like second nature, Lambda. Pretty soon I'll be able to do it in my sleep. This time around, no one can interrupt us. Don't worry, anyone trying to get in the way will have to go through me first. And you'll have me backing you up. I'm not gonna let anything stop this Greek wedding. So, how does this work? Do you just, promise to love and cherish and all that, or...? Not quite. What I promise is to treat the Omegas like my own brother and sisters. And I promise to take care of Lambdas no matter what. We're in this together now, Coin. In war and in peace, we're fighting on the same side. You bet your ass we are, Lambda. There's no one I'd rather go to battle with than you. That might be the most romantic thing I've ever heard. I guess that means I now pronounce you Greek husband and wife. Time to seal it with a kiss. Your heart sputters as you realize that there's no Dahlia around to stop you this time. Hell yeah, it is. Without further ado, Riley pulls you in his arms in a sweeping show of strength. His mouth is on top of yours in an instant, his lips coaking yours open. You give yourself over to his kiss, your whole body weightless as Riley demonstrates his skill and demonstration. Just when he starts to pull away, you're struck by the urge to make this thing really official. You know, his sister's watching, right? I'm just saying. I'll keep the kiss going by pushing him up against a tree, begging him not to stop. Tree. Not so fast, Coin. I'm not done with you yet. All of the air rushes out of his lungs as you push him up against the trunk of the tree. Your body slams into his as you curl up on tiptoe and sweep your tongue into his mouth. A pleased groan and a growl escapes him as your chest and thighs bump. Plunging a deeper hand deep into your hair, he gives back as good as he's getting. Oh wow, I can't wait until it's my turn to join a frat. Jesus Christ. Okay, you both pull away, panting and flustered at how quickly that kiss escalated. Callie takes one look at the two of you and waggles her fingers in a playful farewell. Yeah, I can tell when I'm not needed. You two enjoy the rest of your Valentine's Day. I'm gonna go celebrate with my friends, the real loves of my life. You wave a friendly goodbye as Callie lopes out of the park and leaves you and Riley underneath the tree. Alone at last, what do you say we take the opportunity to go on our honeymoon? Your heart thumps as you picture all the things you and Riley could do on a honeymoon, and all the surfaces on which you could do it. You try to swallow, but your mouth has totally gone dry. What do you have in mind? He gestures to the bottom of the hill, his grin so wide and sincere that it makes your heart slip over in your chest. If you want to find out, you're going to have to make it to the bottom of the hill. Lucky for us, there are a couple of abandoned sleds that'll help us get there faster. You grin back at him, delighted at the sweet, playful version of Riley that being around his sister seems to bring out. A sledding adventure with my new husband could be lots of fun, not to mention a great way to get as close to each other as possible. Race you to the bottom. You know what's even better than sledding? You dash and grab the better of the two sleds before Riley can beat you to it. A sledding race, but bet I'll make it to the bottom before you do. And here I always thought I was the competitive one. At least you'll have a nice view of my ass as you bring up the rear. As tempting as that makes it to lose on purpose. He picks up the other sled and tests its bearings. Apparently satisfied, he extends his hand. You're on Lambda, make the best Greek president win. You linger over the handshake, enjoying the way his rough palm scrapes slightly against yours. And what do you say we raise the stakes a little? I want to make sure I get something good when I win. You mean you want to make sure I get something good when I win? As you look up into his dancing, roguish eyes, you can't help but feel a thrill of exhilaration. How about loser has to take off their top, winner gets to kiss the loser anywhere they want? Sure, why not? Anywhere? Huh? Someone likes playing with fire, I'm in. You seal the deal with another warm, tingly handshake before pointing your sleds down the hill and taking up your positions. I probably should have warned you. I pretty much grew up sledding this hill. I know all the best peaks, valleys, and I ride them hard. Without another word, he pushes off down the hill, leaving you prickling with heat as his words, until his betrayal registers. You gasp and heave forward, sending your own sled flying. Why do I feel like I should be just playing one of those songs right now that go, Deja vu, doo-doo-doo-doo? Like, I know you know the one. The cold wind nips at your cheeks as you take the first leg of the race with a breakneck pace. Thanks to your staggering star, Riley is a few feet ahead of you, his handsome face split in an ear-to-ear grin. Too slow, Lambda, get ready for me to claim my reward. You bite down on your lower lip and scan the horizon, determined not to let Riley get away with this. Somebody needs a lesson in manners. I want to dazzle him with my brilliance to get ahead, sabotage him by catcalling. You know, I don't think a guy, or well, at least me as a guy, has ever been catcalled, so let's see what you got. Damn, if I'd known how good you look riding a fast-moving object, I'd have done this weeks ago. Oh yeah? Tell me more. You anchor your sled that you draw closer to him. Oh, that wind in your hair, your cheeks flush from the cold. It's suddenly very hot out here. Good thing I have the vibrations of the sled underneath me to take the edge off. Riley whips around to look at you. You start to veer off course in the process. Hey! You pull up so close to Riley that you can almost reach out and touch him, but when you start to edge ahead, your sled hits a patch of grass. You come to a skidding halt. The track's caught so deep in the mud that you can't budge. Riley expertly turns his sled to bring it to a halt next to you. Uh-oh, looks like somebody's about to lose big time. Unless you trust me to carry you to the bottom, I promise to take very good care of you on the journey. He slides his legs open, pats invitingly on his sled. His smile dares you to turn him down, or to accept and enjoy the ride. Okay, but if we're doing this, we're doing it my way. Oh yeah, and what is that? With me in your lap, you abandon your sled and settle in front of Riley, taking up the space left by the opening of his thighs. Show me what you've got, Coin. My life is in your hands. He wraps his arms around you and reaches for the sled string, his whole body thrusting against yours as he scoots forward. The strong wall of his back braces you, feeling almost as good as the way your ass fits perfectly against him. Strong wall of his back, but yet his chest is to your back. How does that work? Did someone forget and, like... just never mind. We're just gonna go with Anatomy 101. Hope you know what you're doing, Danielle. As the sled surges forward, you tip your head back and grind your ass against his lap, letting him feel the double sensation of gravity in your curves. Don't worry, I know exactly what I'm doing right now. With the cold wind whipping your face and Riley's hot body pressed against yours, you feel as if you could stay on this sled for hours. You sigh happily and close your eyes, basking in the moment until the sled hits a bump in the snow. No! Yeah, yes. You both fly through the air, your limbs intertwined as you land on a soft pile of snow. He braces himself above you, his hips pressing down to yours as you come to a halt. You make a surprisingly good cushion, Danielle. Must be all those luscious curves. Happy I could be of service. Before you can move, he dips his mouth to yours, claims it with a kiss. The first touch of his lips is like ice, but the sensation quickly turns to fire. You sigh and surge up into him, basking in the way his whole body presses down into the snow. Every point of contact floods with sensation, slow at first and then quickly transforming to pounding desire. Have I ever told you how beautiful you are when you're underneath me? Have I ever told you how stingingly cold it is to be in the cold snow? Laying there. And she's not even wearing a coat, I'm just saying. You moan as he nips lightly at the side of your mouth with a careful, most reverent motion. He pushes the hair down from your face and smiles down at you. Too bad we'll never know who the winner is now. And I was looking forward to claiming my prize. You lift your head and playfully bite the end of his nose. Nice try, cheater. I had that one in the bag. Oh, you think so? Even after you got stuck in the mud and I had to rescue you? Riley... Fine, you win. From your position underneath him, you give all the way in, and it feels fantastic. Claim your prize, Riley. You've earned it. I believe the prize was a kiss anywhere. Your every muscle trembles as his mouth hovers over every part of you. Your neck and shoulders, and your heaving breasts, and lowest curve of your belly. Just put me out of my misery already. If the lady insists. You bite back a gasp as he slides up your top and stops at your belly button. With a slow, tantalizing curl of his tongue, he traces the outline of it before pressing a kiss to the downy softness of your lower belly. Answering twinges of desire pull between your legs as he takes his time, his tongue and mouth lingering wetly in place. You both are feeling breathless and turned on as Riley holds out a hand and pulls you to your feet. That's one hell of a start to a honeymoon, Coin. Hope you save something for later. His fingers twine with yours, refusing to let go as you both start making your way to the bottom of the hill. Warm, liquid contentment moves through you at how natural it feels. Don't worry, I've got plenty of surprises left in me. His words send an undeniable thrill through you. The biggest surprise might be how much fun it is to be around him. Even when everything goes wrong, he has a way of making it okay again. You and Riley reach your destination, just as the sun begins to set. From your spot in the center of a clearing, you can see the entire town in the distance, but here, it's just the two of you. What is this place? Help me with the blanket, and you'll find out. You take one corner of the blanket and help Riley spread it over the snow along with the pillows and even more blankets to stay warm. It's the most romantic setup you've ever seen. Wow, this is great and not really your thing. Not usually, no, but I wanted to cheer you up, remember? He hands you a thermos and gestures for you to open it. As you do, a waft of your favorite calming tea hits you. This is kind of the fancy kind I save for when I'm having a really bad day. Where did you get it? He stretches out and on the blanket next to you, his head propped on his hands and his long legs crossed in front of him. A man can't spill all of his secrets. Riley. I appreciate this more than you'll know. I didn't realize I needed this until now. You accept the cup of tea he pours and take a sip, basking in the comfort of the familiar blend. I think you might be a bit of a secret softie at heart. He packs the pillows for you to lean back and enjoy. There's nothing secret about it. When it comes to you, I am getting soft. Words that no woman ever wants to hear from a guy, but anyway. I just had to. The two of you scoot closer together as you drink the tea and watch the sun send rays of light across the horizon. Even though your breath comes out in puffs, your bodies are plenty warm underneath the blankets. A few more days like this and I might become an official Omega convert. A few days more like this and I might have to make you. You start to relax against the pillows when the words sink in. You turn to look at him, wishing you could see past the handsome mask of your rival to the man who lies underneath. Why are you really doing this, Riley? What's in it for you? I've seen you get frustrated before. In fact, riling you up is one of my favorite hobbies. But this thing with your dad today, it was different. So this is all just out of the goodness of your heart? You could call it that. I didn't like seeing you that way, so I figured I needed to pull out all the favorite things. Helping out a good cause, aka my sister, dash of playful competition, and your favorite tea at sunset, a Danielle smile guarantee. You stare at him, both surprised and pleased to find how well he knows you, almost as if he's catching feelings for you right back. Sounds like someone has been paying attention, keeping tabs on the enemy, going. He tucks a wayward strand of your hair behind your ear. Just keeping tabs, period. Your lips are pressed up against his before you even are aware of your own movements. Your desperation to feel his mouth moving over yours is the only thing you can think of. You're right, this is good tea. You deepen the kiss as he laughs against your mouth, and you laugh right back. Everything about this moment feels so right, especially the way your disagreements seem to vanish the moment his tongue slides against yours. Winding your arms around his neck, you pull him on top of you. He groans as his hands find the bare skin at your waist, the heat of his touch stark against the cold winter air. Lambda. A cold splash hits your face, then your neck, and every part of your body all at once. Oh no, it's raining. The two of you scramble to gather everything up as the freezing cold rain cascades down. You're soaked to the skin within seconds, and all the warmth of the makeshift bed gone in a flash. Quick, there's a shortcut to my house this way. He takes you by the hands as the two of you dash towards his house, his touch reassuring as you try in vain to dodge the rain. By the time you make it inside, you're shivering all over. The only shiver that only increases when you find the house dark, quiet, and totally empty. Riley's whole family must be gone. Just the two of us alone in here. Riley notices your shiver and rubs your arms in an attempt to warm you up. You can borrow something warm and dry from my room. Follow me. You swallow heavily at the sight of Riley's childhood bedroom. Trophies, posters line the wall, showing you a side of Riley you've never known. I got Kermit the Frog. Got trophies for spelling bee, and we've got a collection of fantasy books. Listen, we're going with the frog. You lift the animal from the center of the bed, and noting its scruffed, dirty fur, it's obviously well loved. I bet this little guy could tell me some tales. He glanced over at Riley to find him staring intently at you, at the way your wet clothes cling to your skin, but before you can blink, he crosses the floor and takes you in his arms. You feel nothing but heat as his mouth slashes over yours in a passionate, fiery kiss that picks up exactly where you left off outside. Riley, don't blame me. I can see everything under those wet clothes. You both stumble towards the bed, your hands tugging at the cold, damp fabric to the heated skin underneath, Riley's lips never leaving yours. Every ripple of his body feels like silk sliding over your wet skin. You shiver one last time, but it's not because of your temperature. What do you say, Lambda? Should we officially consummate this marriage? Really? We're gonna save it for later. We'll have to consummate it another time, when I can actually feel my toes. Now shoo, the only way I'm taking off these clothes is to change into something warm and dry. You're not even gonna let me watch? Oh, dare! Laughing, you put your hands on his back and shove him towards the door. He heaves a playful sigh as he shuts the door behind him. I guess the honeymoon is officially over. Later that evening, you join Riley's family for dinner. Everyone chats loudly as they pass the dishes and serve themselves. I don't know why we're paying for that fancy college if Riley's just gonna come every time Callie has a romantic emergency. It wasn't a romantic emergency. It was a romantic disaster, and I'm feeling much better now, thank you. Plus, we get to meet Riley's friend. Oh, very true. We've heard so much about you and the impressive work you've been doing with Lambda Nu, Danielle. You flush as you think back on everything you've been able to accomplish lately, thanks to, in large part, to Riley. Thanks. I'm most proud of how little we've been partying lately. Not really something you tell adults. Our community service and repairs. How well Riley and I have been working together. We'll just go with community service and repairs. I had no idea Riley knew so much about building and repairs. We completely transformed the Gamma House. Riley's always been having a knack for business. He gets that from his old man. It's one of his many talents. You should see him take on a debate in our international relations class. Riley smiled, warmly, genuinely, and places a hand on your thigh, sending your stomach flipping. Lambda and Meg are on their way to getting their charters back. Riley and I are more in sync than ever. We might actually save our frats after all. Oh, before I forget, a bunch of mail came for you while you were at school. Here. That's a lot of mail. Riley rifles through the envelopes before stopping at the one from VCSU stamped across the front. He rips open the envelope and scans the document inside, his jaw practically hitting the floor. What is it? Is it something bad? It's something very bad. Due to unsatisfactory performances in nearly all of my classes, they're putting me on academic probation. Oh no! Maybe you have yourself to blame. Anyway, without further ado, thanks for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head down the description. Plenty of things to check out there, ways to support, whatnot. Oh, man. Okay, so let me know in the comment section what you think of the book, as well as this chapter. I don't know. That's about the best way to put it. I just don't know. Hopefully you guys do enjoy what I do, though. But I'm just kind of meh about it, right? I don't know. Maybe this is something that, well, let's not say maybe. I'm sure this is something that Danielle will help him. He'll bring his grades up. He's helping you. You're helping him. And the only thing left is to conquer your dad, which, again, I really feel like the writers are, I don't know, having an issue with either their family members, because we've got, you know, The one book, Filthy Rich, with, the really obsessed brother about your relations and the whole 9 years. And then we've got this book where, Professor Bartlett is really obsessed with his daughter and her relations and the whole 9 years. Dude, listen, go get a girlfriend, okay? Go enjoy your life. You're an old man, you're a professor, but at the same time, listen, let your daughter enjoy college, okay? Why don't you go enjoy it yourself, Go meet a nice 20 something. Listen, move on with your life. I don't know. Go meet another professor. Go, meet someone else off campus, or go get a coffee, or, I don't know. Without further ado, thanks for watching. Catch y'all later. Peace out.